Namaste, my friend. Welcome back. The theme of today's class is conditioning, the stored tension, let's say, in the body-mind. Now, this class today, this sequence, is about forward bends. An important thing to notice about bends, it's not just about picking things up. It's about posture. It's about being in center, being in alignment. And so, with this in mind, I want to encourage you to, rather than simply doing as I do right now, to be aligned to what the nature of your particular condition is, and to observe the limits of your capability, to allow yourself to breathe into whatever tension or pain might arise, whatever conditioned responses your body has, and then to expand your perspective from that as you exhale and release the tension that is held elsewhere, allowing yourself to realize the freedom that is always there and already there in your body. You're just not noticing it. So this is a powerful method that I want to bring up, that you can bring into play during this practice. So you're already familiar a little bit with the body scan. It should be getting better. There should be a continuing flow as we do this practice. And what you want to do is activate your cardiovascular system a little bit. Start taking conscious control over the dilation of your blood vessels. And when you find a place where your body says, no more, or maybe there's a little bit of pain or something, you can't bend over far enough, then stop, respect what's being brought up by your body. Take a deep inhale, hold it, 2, 3 beats, maybe 4, 5 beats, and then as you exhale, expanding your perspective from that little space of localized tension or pain or conditioning, allow the freedom elsewhere in your spine or in your body to reveal itself. You're not going to go too fast with this. You're not going to go too hard, because we're going, after all, at the pace of your breathing, which should be slow, steady, even, deep, and long. So we'll start by establishing the breathing. Take a few deep, long breaths. What I'll do is the entire sequence all at once so you can see. Don't do it yet. And then I'll talk us through it, and then we'll do it together. So, we start in the standing position, here in Tadasana. And from this place, establish the breathing. Forward fold, down into Marjari Asana. Back into downward dog. Up. Sitting back, standing up in base. You don't need to be turning around the way I am doing it. I'll be doing a little bit slower. That's just more available for me right now. So find yourself standing in Tadasana, palm tree pose. Take a few deep breaths to steady here. Feel the weight of the earth pressing up against your toes. Happy toes, activate your arches. Do a deep body scan from toe to crown, finding any sort of lingering tension, perhaps in your hips or your shoulders. You can move a little bit to release this. And what you're going to do is go into a forward fold. Instead of aggressively pointing your shoulders back and everything, just slightly intend your shoulders back, just a little bit, and your tailbone to the back wall. And then, like there's a string, drawing your heart forward, keeping your spine long as you inhale. You exhale and draw your heart forward and down, like so. And maybe this is as far as you go. That's okay. It's perfect. So as I roll my shoulders back, point my tailbone back, spine long as I inhale and exhale, my goal is to go hands down. I might need to walk my hands down my thighs a little bit and to soften my knees. This is perfect. Whatever your body needs. You might need to walk all the way down to calves, squatting down to reach, just with your fingertips. This too is perfect. This is where your body is right now. Whatever you do, make sure that you are taking it at the speed of your capability, at the speed of your breath. And if you find yourself getting caught up, again, stop, pay attention with your inner gaze, with your mind's eye, if you will, and then take a deep breath in, hold it, and exhale gently with the Ujjayi breath, allowing the rest of your body's tension to relieve itself, to release. Get caught up, let's say. Deep breath in, hold it, and then back down. Once I'm stable here, then I can go one knee at a time. Take a deep breath, one knee down, like so. Another deep breath, and as you exhale, the other knee down. Now this is Marjory Asana. They also call it cat-cow, tabletop. And from here, there are some powerful ways to stretch your spine. And depending on the nature of your condition, you will want to check some of these out. So there is the cat-cow, which is like this, where you inhale and you point your tailbone and your shoulders back to the sky, and you bring your navel down as you inhale. You exhale, rolling your shoulders forward, tucking your tailbone, bring your navel in toward your spine. Inhaling up. Gently rolling down. Another powerful method is to go up as you inhale. This is a little bit more of a twisting, keeping your hips even, and then exhaling down, keeping your one hand down and rolling your other shoulder to rest upon that. If you have a lower spine injury, I encourage you to wait on that. You can do it on the other side as well. Now from this place, once you're comfortable, this is a very good way to deload any sort of tension on your back. This is a really good way to start warming up your spine early in the morning as well. The most common mistake is to start pushing yourself a little bit too fast, too far, and then you just rupture your disc even further. So stay away from that. Pay attention to yourself. Care for yourself a little bit more than that. On your next inhale, you would bring yourself anchored, and then exhale, bringing your heels to the ground, pressing out with your shoulders and your palms, and lifting your tailbone to the sky. So you're forming a triangle. This is Parvatasana, mountain pose. They also call it downward dog. So exhale, like so. Most common mistake in this pose is having your feet a little wonky. Find what works for you. You have 4 anchor points, each hand, each heel. Maybe you need to do this, that's okay. You just want to bring your tailbone high. There's a slight inversion. And then you bring yourself back up into tabletop pose. And then you stand up in base. So if you remember from last sequence, you'll sit down, because we're all comfortable sitting down, of course. One more time, it looks like this, but instead of going from standing, we're just already here in tabletop. So from the outside, you lever your inside knee down, sitting back down. Now we stand back up in base, so we can get back to where we started, up on our feet. So from the other side, outside foot down, levering ourselves up like so, even weight across a little tripod, and then the fulcrum of our inside leg, squatting back up into palm tree pose. So one more time, so that you really understand the sequence. You can do it at the pace of your own breathing. So inhale, spine long, exhale, grounding ourselves. Inhale, forward fold, heart down, walking hands down if necessary. All 4 limbs on the ground. Tabletop pose. One deep breath here, and exhale into Parvatasana. Inhale back down. Sit down. So it might be a little tricky, but you're working your spine again to twist a little bit more in a slightly different position. Take it easy. Take it slow. There's no rush. And then stand up on the other side. So, my friend, once you can do all this with the pace of your own breath, in one smooth, continuous motion, not stabbing yourself at certain places. Maybe you got a knee injury, or maybe you have a shoulder problem. Then you will be ready to go on to the next lesson. I believe in you, my friend. I trust you. I trust you know yourself better than anyone else. And I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a beautiful, happy day.